Manchester United in 14th. This isn't a new topic, but it's one that seems to change a lot by the week. What's the latest on the job status of Ruben Amorim?
Ruben Amorim is under major pressure, but I think most of that pressure is applied on him by himself, as well as the burden of being Manchester United manager. But Manchester United themselves, as I understand it, they're not planning to sack him. They don't want or intend to. And I don't think he's planning to walk away from this. Last season, I think he really felt the strain. And people I speak to says he was questioning whether he could succeed there. But I do think sort of incrementally there is a bit of improvement felt, however small, so far this season, especially with some of the new signings, and it is still very early. But Sir Jim Ratcliffe, as minority owner but with sporting control, is at the heart of this. He's heavily involved. Omar Berrada as chief executive, Jason Wilcox as technical director, essentially the sporting director. There's a lot riding on this decision for them because they essentially appointed him and have placed great faith in him and his system. Results will need to improve. We can't get away from that, and we know how this industry operates. But I think they would like to give him more time. There's no guarantee by any means that if they lose against Sunderland that they would sack him. And in fact, I don't think they would, as long as it wasn't too severe. They've got some games after the international break and before the November international break that maybe would be a truer test. Of course, it would be expensive to get rid of him, but I don't think money will be at the heart of this decision. It will be based on what they're seeing from a football perspective. People have talked about shortlists. I don't know if there being a shortlist to replace him. Of course, Man United will always be looking at options like every club and aware of the market, whether it be on an interim basis, a longer term, or even after the World Cup in the summer of 2026. But I'm assured that Gareth Southgate is not in the frame for the Manchester United job should it become available. The players, as far as I know, are mainly with him. They believe in what he's doing, but there's an acceptance that when they concede a goal, for example, they're not any longer doing what they've been set up to do by him. And maybe it's a bit of a psychological and mental issue. There's huge speculation about the system that he's playing. I don't think that's seen as the core issue. More the need for a number 6, which was perhaps more pressing than the number 9 in the summer, and it will remain on the agenda going forward. What's happening with Kobbie Mainoo? That's maybe one to watch for January. The goalkeeping situation, we haven't seen Senna Lamans just yet. So there is a lot going on in this situation at Manchester United. While the likes of Højlund doing well at Napoli and Antony at Betis don't make it easy for United. They need to get winning quickly. So does Amorim starting tomorrow.